Hello there. This is Cindy at cindybdesigns.com. Thank you for joining me today. Here is a Notepad gift holder that we're going to be making. Birthdays, Christmas, girlfriends, any occasion. I haven't finalized that one yet. That was made with Bird Ballad, the Bird Ballad Suite, and I featured that yesterday on the blog. So we're going to be making another one out of Peaceful Poppies today. And I think I went over about the DSP. No, that was something else. But this is a notebook after I got it fixed up. This video here is going to show you how to put the notebook together. We're not going to fix it up until another video. And it's like Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm doing this voiceover. And I just filmed this today, so I'm going to keep marathoning. Plus it's nasty out. I started originally going live with this to explain the cuts and how I did it, and then I made at the very beginning a critical error by 1/8 of an inch, and so I had to drop it all, change everything, and come into a voiceover. But I was explaining there just basically the elements I've cut out. I haven't figured out who I was going to give it to, how I stamped up some of the pages on the inside of our little notepad cover there, the ribbon, the inside sentiment, the elements, the pocket over on the left. We're going to insert cards in there that I designed. I actually got that done, but I still haven't done the notebook yet. So here we go, and you're going to see my cut get blown right here. Actually, I'm not going to cut when I need to, but the measurements I'm going to tell you, they are going to be right, and they'll be in writing over on the blog at cindybdesigns.com. So that's a piece of mossy meadow cardstock, and that's 8.5 by 11. You want to score it on the 11 side at 5 1/4 and 5 3/4. Before you even do that, you want to cut it down to 8 1/4 by 11, and that 1/8 of an inch is going to throw off the rest of my cuts from this video on out, as you will see. So I'm telling you right now, that is the back, the middle, and then the front, left to right. I have a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock there, and you want to pay attention to which way the cardstock is going, and you want to cut that. I know that I need 8.5 or 8 inches. So I'm going to cut the 4 off. Set that piece of paper aside because we're going to need it for the inside pocket. So that's going to be my back cover. That is going to be at 5 1/8 by 1/8. That one. Then for the center panel there, or that little strip of DSP, that is going to be 3/8 by 8. 3/8 of an inch. Now I'm cutting another one by 5 1/8 by 8, and you can see where I messed up my 1/4 inch, and it's like, oh my gosh, but that's how it's going to line up. And this way, okay, now I'm trying to fix it. And this way, the designer series paper, no matter what pattern you use, is consistent all the way across the board. And now I'm just going to take my bone folder and give that a nice crease, and that's the outside of our notebook holder. And we can do so many other things to it. We can put a loop in there for a pen. There's a lot of other things, and maybe one day I'll get around to it. So I am taking liquid Tombow Mono, and I'm putting it all over the back of that designer series paper. And from left to right, I'm just going to lay it down, line it all up, get my steamroller, and that sets it up pretty darn quick because I'm not using a lot of glue, but it will stay down and it will keep adhered. But you can see just how it's all lining up from left to right, especially in that one flower there that's kind of going over to the center. And it just gives a really nice cohesive look to it. So that's how you plan that out. Now for the inside, I knew what I wanted to do here a little bit as far as picking out designer series paper goes and everything, but we're going to do the pocket for the inside. And you want to cut that down to 6.5 by 4 3/4. This I will have changes for as we do it. So right now I'm scoring at 1 3/4 and 5 3/4 and 6 on the 6.5 inch side. That is a 1/2 inch on the bottom there. You want to put another score line of 1/4 inch in there. And that is critical because you're going to see me really struggle without having that line in there. And I'm bringing back in that 4-inch piece of DSP that we cut off. That's where you want to cut down the top from 4 3/4 to like 4 1/8. So that way that DSP goes on perfectly. You're not, it's managing it better and getting the most use out of it. So that's why I changed that measurement on the fly right there, because I didn't want to have to cut down another piece or change what I had going on. So now I'm thinking, looking at the pad, the notepad on the right, what are we going to do now? Trying to figure out the designer series paper. Found one, liked it, it matched up, but you've got those lines going horizontal, and with the notepad going vertical or vice versa, 'cause this video is like way too sped up. But you have to make it so you're seeing everything on the same scale right now with the lines going the same way, because it's a visual, it's an optic nightmare. Otherwise, it's too busy. So keep measuring, cutting. And again, I will have all the measurements over on the blog. I am putting more liquid glue on the back of that. And I think that was like 5 1/8 by 8. Okay, this is the pocket. See those 4 corners down there? Do that little teeny tiny V mark that we've talked about. Not 4 corners, but where they have the score lines. And I'm going to show you how that is being folded up. The very bottom one that I just scored, remember there's going to be like another score line in there. And you'll see as I struggle to put it together, and I'm going to have a frame change, and then it will make sense. But that is how it's going to turn out, where it folds up that easy and it all goes together. But you do want to put adhesive exactly where I'm putting it, which is at the very bottom of the boxes or the pocket that's going to fold up, and on the sides that we're going to fold in. I like to do that with my bone folder to just, it makes the release tape from the tear and tape peel off easier. So we have Tombow Mono on the back of our DSP, steamrolling it, and now we are going to put that box together. And there was my struggle. And now is when I fix it, and there's literally like 20 minutes in between there too. It's very frustrating. So that is how it's supposed to look. I'm going to have a pop-up there. You will not. Take off the backing, center it left to right, not top to bottom, but have a little margin at the bottom there. Grabbing my bone folder, and I'm just using that to really burnish the adhesive in there, and that was what we looked like. I'm bringing in the pad now, and we're going to be doing the top of the notepad. We're going to cover it, make it look pretty. You want that to be 2 by 5 1/8, and we will cut it down. And I think I ended up cutting it down to 5 there. It's better to keep measuring, and cut down, because if you cut too short, you're committed, you're stuck with it, and it goes in the garbage, or in your scrap bag, and you know what I mean. I did some soft creases there to give me an idea as far as how to cut the DSP that I want to put down on top of that to fold over. And I think that was like 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. And I'm adhering the DSP down now. That notepad is 5x8, by the way, and there are different sizes at Office Max, Staples, Office Depot, those places. Measure yours, and you can really wing the mouth because it is easy. On the inside of our Mossy Meadow notepad cover there, I'm pinning adhesive tear and tape on both sides, peeling one off, and this is where I want to, gotta be precision here. I want to get it lined up perfectly. I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue in the center there to cover over the top and then fold it over. And I think before, when I folded it over, I took like another 1/8 inch or so off just so I wouldn't have a ton of overhang on the back, because I had already applied the tear and tape to save a little bit of time to the back of the entire notepad. And then to get it secured down, I just added a couple more strips to the top of the Mossy Meadow. And honestly, it is that easy. It's a lot of busy work. And it's just fun. They're great gifts for co-workers or anything. I use one to write down measurements for the 3D projects I've been making now for 3 weeks in a row. And so yeah, here we are. It's just the cutest little thing. It'll take up maybe an hour or so of your time to get the front decorated, everything cut, including the cards, and I will have all that for you so you can go ahead and case it for quick Christmas gifts and everything. So I have the notepad down and using the steamroller to get that adhesive in there, and that is how easy all of this is to construct. It's super adorable. Really, I just like it. It was a lot of fun to make. So I hope that you enjoyed today's process. I'll be back and finish up the rest for you. Have a great Sunday, and I will see you next week. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. God bless. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.